My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. It is still Wednesday. There is no camel walking through my house telling me what day it is, but it is Wednesday, the 22nd, for another 9 minutes. So I'm going to try and make this short and to the point. There is something wrong in the world today. We all know what it is. And no, I'm not trying to get sued by Aerosmith with that, because there's this don't know what it is. Well, here's what it is. Apparently, the people in DC, the upper guys that run the country and everything, that keep blocking Obama or saying bad things about Hillary and saying things about Trump. Okay, so here's what the fuck the problem is. Apparently, somewhere between George Bush's era, Bill Clinton's era, George Bush Jr.'s era, and how Al Gore got fucked out of becoming the president, uh, the people in Washington that like keep bills from being passed and all this shit, somewhere along the line, you guys have lost your common sense. So if the NRA takes away your money, you don't want to do gun control. I'm not fighting against gun control, but I'm gonna put it to you this way: as a former member of the military and the things that I've learned and the things I was taught down in Fort Benning, Georgia, I'm with Whoopi Goldberg. If you are on the terrorist list and you don't need to be on the terrorist list because there's no chance in hell that you are a terrorist in any way, shape, or form, you need to be off the terrorist list. However, if you're on the terrorist list and you get off the terrorist list and they've seen you 7 or 8 times about wanting to be connecting with people who blow up innocent people who are running track in the Boston Marathon or killing kids and shit like that, you should not be off the terrorist list. And if you are not legally allowed to fly out of the country, you should not legally be allowed to buy an assault rifle. Now, I'm not saying that the AR-15 is a bad gun. We trained with them at Fort Benning, Georgia, so they're actually pretty decent guns, and they were made to combat the AK-47. I still appreciate the old school M16. I'll take whichever one I can get, providing that I decided to go and buy a gun. I really don't want a gun because I know the temptation to go out and shoot bad people will always be in my skull because they trained me to do that at Fort Benning, Georgia. Now, a weapon, as we call them in the military, a weapon in the right hand is a good thing. A weapon in the wrong hands is a bad thing. The little asshole proved that in Florida a week and some change ago. So, how do we stop this? First, we stop fighting each other about gun control and policies, and we start coming to a solution, which goes back to what I just said. We need to start using common fucking sense. If you use your common sense and everybody sits down and realizes, okay, there are terrorists here. They're radicalized because they're listening to jackasses on the internet. Yes, I'm sure you guys think that I am a jackass, but no, I'm making a valid point. These people that listen to these jackasses that preach about ISIS and trying to help get rid of us, first and foremost, if you're the grandchild of an immigrant who bust their ass to get the fuck out their country to get over here so that you can have a life like the rest of us, you should be ashamed of yourself. And if I am correct, when I was in the military, I was told that treason is punishable by death. So, bye bye. You need to go or be deported and never allowed to come back in this country whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying follow Trump's reality of that. But in reality, if you hate America, there's water on both sides. Catch a boat, catch a plane, and don't come the fuck back. It's just a damn simple. I love my country. I signed on to die for this country. I signed on to die for your grandparents and my grandparents because I only have one left, and I'll damn sure take a bullet for her. But if you idiots don't start using common sense up north in the White House, at the House of Senate and Representatives, look, you're gonna get us all killed, man. Because the more you let psychos get guns, the more we're gonna have more incidences like Florida, or like the poor young singer who was shot on stage because some jackass let this bastard have a gun. Her career was about to explode. You understand that? She's about to get large. No more YouTube things. She was about to explode. You understand? She's about to get extremely big, and some jackass let this little fucker get on stage and they didn't pat him down before he came to the concert. Every venue needs to have some kind of enforcement of gun control, weapons. No metal should be allowed in there. Car keys, dump them at a bucket. Put a name tag on it, go through. And, I don't understand how the hell do these things keep happening. But I will say the reason that I don't understand is because maybe I have too much common sense. And maybe the assholes that don't do all these legal ramifications and checks on these people who are buying these guns and these assault rifles aren't doing their fucking job. We need to go back to using common sense. It's just like we still need to bring ass whoopings back to the house. How come we have so many kids and youth, especially colored youth of America, in jail? Because we can't beat their ass. I got ass whoopings. I ain't never been to jail. I've been to court and I've been handcuffed a couple of times, but I've never been to jail. Because I know that my actions have consequences. So, where is the common sense that's not being used for all you people who are either for or against NRA? I'm completely neutral because as a soldier without a weapon is still a soldier. Now, because everything that a soldier touch is a soldier's weapon. Every soldier knows that. But for the civilians who don't know, and for our Second Amendment rights, because we do have the right to bear arms and protect home and castle, and I respect that right. Because there are some crazy son bitches out here that will hurt you, your wife, and your child. So if you got to put a round through their skull to stop them, I'm not against that. But if you're misusing it and you're just shooting people just to have something to do, yeah, you're the guy I don't want having a gun or a weapon. So I'm going to close out by saying one more time, and only one more time, that the common sense of America has somehow or another jumped up and walked the fuck out of the House of Representatives, the Senate, and everything that has something to do with politics. The common sense factor is gone. They should open up a school, a college, or a class in every college that teaches everyone from law school and beyond, who, because you can't become a president without going to law school. It's written in one of those laws or some shit. The only way you can become a president is that you have to have been a lawyer. You have to have passed the bar, and you have to do all this other stuff. So, yeah, I'm never gonna be president unless there's like uh, a reinsurgent of like the Independence Day movie that's coming out in like 3 days. So, unless that happens, there's no way in hell I will ever be president. But the fact of the matter is that I did serve, and that does not make me a president. I could never get a president just because I served in the military. That's not something that they really give a flying fuck about. They want you to know the laws, backwards and forwards, or at least somewhat in between. But the thing is, everyone needs to have one law, the law of common sense. You know how to tie your shoe. If you can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, you're probably halfway there. If you can walk and chew bubblegum, see that your shoe is untied, and tie it up before you step in that pile of shit that's down there, then you're probably halfway there. But if you don't have common sense to know that the sky turns gray when it rains, and the sky reflects the way of wherever you are, then you have a little bit of an issue. The scientists have proven that, most people have better joy on sunny days than rainy days. However, there is a small percentage of us who actually enjoy rainy days, like myself, because I used to train in the rain before I joined the military and got like my leg totally fracked up. However, the common sense of America has been degraded down to less than a pluck in the face. A slap in the wrist, a pluck in the face does not change the fact that sometimes you just need to have common sense. It's not that difficult for everybody to sit around at a table and understand. If you look back, all the way back to 99, with Columbine and every other mass shooting in America itself, most of the time, those guys that were shooting things up were trying to make a statement because something wasn't right in their life. And sometimes these people making statements didn't give a damn. And it started before that. If you want the truth, it started way back in like 88, 87 with disgruntled postal workers shooting up McDonald's and shit. It started before that when they started having the hijackings of TWA Airlines. So here's my suggestion. First, common sense. Why the fuck did y'all stop using air marshals? If we still had air marshals, 9/11 may have never had happened. But we decided as a country that we didn't need air marshals because no one's going to be stupid enough to fly a plane into something. Yeah, we got that one wrong. Which goes back to, again, put air marshals back on the plane. Put the air marshals back on the plane. If people know that air marshals are on the plane, they're less likely to take the chance of doing something stupid. Unless they really just don't give a damn. But there's common sense denominators here. And we're apparently not using our common sense to get this damn problem solved. You both have good points. Now find neutral ground. Use your common sense and find out what works for everyone. Not just one of you, but what works for everyone in there, because each one of y'all represents us. We voted to put your dumb asses in there. So now use some of that common sense that you learned in law school to get shit done. Gun control. Do we need it? Yes, we do. Does it need to be extreme? No, not really. But it still needs to be to the point where everyone can be safe. So how can everyone be safe if nobody's doing their fucking job? Got that? So one more time. What do we need? Common sense. To make the world go round? Common sense. Why do we not have this when you're higher up in the powers that be to make laws and write things and make things change? Because you're interested in money. Alright, well here's what you tell the people who have all the money that they're threatening to take from you. Fuck them. Because when their kids are victims of that shit, then they'll come around and they'll start using their common sense. So in closing, I say this one more time. In closing, my name is James Williams Jr. and I preach the gospel of common fucking sense to everyone who's writing gun laws, who's fighting against gun laws, who's not trying to make change so that everybody in this country can be safe. You think that the worst danger is coming from out of the country? No, the worst danger is inside the country, because a sleeper agent, insurgent that we don't know about is the one that will cut your throat while you're asleep. As a former soldier of the United States Army, I promise you, that guy that you don't know, that's not your battle buddy, or your battle buddy's been brainwashed, that's going to be the guy that's going to cut your throat. Because he only needs a smaller knife. So again, I'm James Williams Jr. Remember common sense. And this is me signing off. Be seeing you.